Lance, you got fans on the field, chance of 4-0, 4-0, 4-0. Obviously, a full stadium today. Where's your mind right now about processing all that's happening?
Um, I think I know what you're asking, I guess. So, I'm really proud of our guys, first of all, fighting through. But to say if there's not a moment, when, it hasn't been that long being here, but, we know what kind of has happened and what we've been through a year ago and different things. Is there a moment when before the ball's kicked off and, or even during warm-ups, and you see such a huge difference? Yeah, it's good for the moment, it's good for our university and community, all those different things. And you say it a lot, but then you got to recognize it when it happens. There was probably times a year ago that when it was really tough that we'd say, we'll get this thing filled someday. And really proud of the way our guys keep progressing and finding ways.
We talked about your fast starts or lack of fast starts, and then you started pretty fast today. The first drive obviously didn't get points, but fast start, 7-0 lead. I mean, what changed there? Mindset or?
No, it's just execution. I mean, There's not like, hey, let's start this one slow or let's just see what happens. We're battling. There's some, again, I give our offensive staff and our players great, credit for execution early. We wanted to stay aggressive, so there were a lot of those fourth downs and what you see, so did that. Yeah, I think we get stopped inside the one or whatever, and then we turn it over the third possession. I think, that's tough things that, again, you wish you survive it, now you got something to really drill, but give them credit too. They're physical. They aggressively attack the football to try to pry it loose, and we did it. But both sides, I'm kind of glancing here. I apologize, but yeah, we 7-all first quarter, I guess. So we're battling. That's part. The only thing that kind of got me in the second quarter there with possessions was, of course, they were getting it coming out of the half. So you got to watch how that plays out for us to get that touchdown before the half. Now, at this point, we gave up a field goal right when when the half expired. But it's college football today too. You can't take a breath because somebody's got the ability to make something happen quickly.
You guys are now 5-2 over your last 7 games. As the team has won more, has the reaction to winning in the locker room changed, or how has that evolved over the last period of time?
That's a good question. I sure hope not. I mean, the excitement. We talk about now. You got to take the field. I think we said it in here, expecting to win, not hoping to win. But then we talk also. You got to prepare. You got to plan it out, and you got to play, and then you got to execute to win. Okay, and with that, I don't get into the reaction or the non-reaction. I think it's more about when things don't go our way and momentum shifts and it swings that direction, that we're handling that a lot better and understanding that somebody's going to have to step up, make a play, and get a stop or score points, and that's great to see.
And you mentioned that hoping that one day the stadium would be full again. I guess now that what was that like for you to be on the sideline with a packed crowd?
Yeah, there's only certain times that you really, can take it in, so to speak, because everything else is about like this. You're kind of operating here. It's just like this. This room's a lot more full than it used to be, and that's neat, and that's great for our players and our university. Yeah, it's great to hear a different volume, probably, if you're asking on third downs and some of those things, and embracing the efforts, and hopefully today's performance gave enough people a reason to get back here next week, because we'll need them again.
What's your evaluation of Jalen's performance today?
Again, another great performance. I mean, you watch him, he doesn't get rattled. I mean, they brought the corner blitz that got us on the sack, you know, it was a good call by them. Other than that, but he put the ball where he needed to. I mean, he put some in some tighter windows and good coverage. I thought that part in his decision, again, he made plays with his legs. You know, we converted some tough fourth down. I mean, there were calls, but I mean, you know, they defended them pretty well, and so again, he just keeps getting better and better. And again, he doesn't let the moment get too big for him.
We joked about it. You joked about it with us when you said in camp, you know, we expect him to be the starter. Did you expect this though?
No, I mean, no, he's playing so well. Yeah, does he have the ability to be a dual threat, you know, high performer? But honestly, I don't spend a lot of time studying the stats afterwards, like QB ratings, you know, because I don't, you know, we make decisions based on what they do each and every day. So, but again, to see at the level that he's playing and how that stacks up, and you kind of hear glimpses of it, it's highly impressive. But our biggest thing is by doing that also, he needs, you know, making great decisions. Now, you know, to me, head coach and me, I'm upset that we have to burn a timeout coming off a quarter because something didn't get relayed enough. We can't do that and not have that in our pocket when we need it. So that's not necessarily him. That's me. You know. But yeah, he's done a great job.
You had Daniel Hishaw in the running game have some big plays, but you also had Devin get down hurt, and then Kai looked like he wasn't ready to play today. What's kind of the big picture evaluation?
Yeah, Kai was emergency only, and probably less than that as we went through warm-ups. Yeah, we lost Devin, but I thought Daniel really rose to the occasion. You can see his physicality. You know, made a heck of a play on the touchdown on the long run. So he carried it, the load for the most part. We did get Sevi on a few in there. Torrey got a couple, and again, it's pretty quick. All of a sudden, that you look at your depth. You know, we talked about all these guys, and all of a sudden, it's like early second quarter, and all of a sudden, you're looking, going, that's, you know, those personnel groupings change, and what can we do? And there's a lot of adapting going on.
And then even late in the game, you know, a lot of teams talk about learning to finish.
Yeah.
And this is in a situation where these guys have been in a lot between the penalties on defense and maybe even that one offensive drive when you couldn't get anything going. Is there still an effort to learn how to finish a game?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think I said it last time as well. 4-minute offense is still one of the toughest things you got to do. Everybody knows you're running the ball now. You can, you know, we wanted to make sure they burned the timeouts. Okay, so if you want, you know, again, I can take that on me. You still want to make them try to execute without that. So running the risk of throwing the ball and doing that, yes. You know, getting those stops and maybe those penalties. Yeah, the pass interference. I mean, it's pretty close. I mean, you know, you can't just sit back, you know, because then I'm walking in here and you're going, how come you guys are playing so soft and timid and all that stuff? And the late hit, man, I saw the replay. You know, it wasn't a conference crew, so honestly, I don't even know if I can send it in, but I mean, he's making contact. It sure looked like that he was still on the playing field. So at first, from the far side, it looks like, oh no, what's going on? But then you saw the replay, and it's like asking a kid to try to make a play, and so, yeah, penalties, probably too many tonight. What do we have, 7? That's too many for us. So.
Coach, just to circle back to Jalen real quick, is it fair to the effort that he's putting in? His stats, once again, just jump off the page. Is it fair to the effort, the things that he's done so far, that he emerges as a serious Heisman candidate like we did?
That's not for, you know, he's a heck of a player, so yeah, I'm all for it, okay? All right, as soon as ever running the campaign, let's, you know, get it going, okay? That's not, I don't vote, I don't do it, but I mean, anybody that's playing at a high level, I just say this, is that I think he's done a heck of a job getting a lot of people to take notice and take this program seriously, and he's a big component of that.
Coach, you talked about the format offense, some of those penalties. What are some other key things that you know you'll have to clean up before you get into baseball play?
Well, yeah, there's some things defensively, communication, you know, there's some things in coverage. Obviously, there's a couple opportunities on you know, tackling, but like I said it all week, they're a physical downhill running team. I mean, they, you know, you gotta work to tackle them and stuff. Yeah, there's some things there and giving up some big plays. Turn the ball over. I don't think we created any today. But you know, the weird thing is I'm glancing and it's like you sit there and you give up points and you do things, but they're 5 for 15 on 3rd down and 2 for 4 on 4th down, and we're 6 for 10 and 1 for 2 and 4th downs, and we know the one was one stopped at the goal line. So execution in the 3rd down areas, you know, we're doing pretty well, and we're doing some things, but there's plenty to clean up, and I would actually have probably a lot better answer on specifics probably about noon tomorrow after I watch it.
Hey Lance, I'm curious, in the last few weeks, what have you and your staff seen maybe from reaction or tone from recruits out there?
Yeah, it's been interesting, you know, it's been good. People, again, talking about it, people are paying attention. They're seeing change. I think you know, we had a large group here today. Even some surprises and stuff to come in and take it in, and some have been people that have been here before, and they see a change, they see the crowd, they see the excitement, they see the potential of what this program can be, and it's exciting, and you know, it's still gonna take some work, but it's definitely been different the last couple weeks on the phone for sure.
Coach, you guys go for it on 4th down, both of your first 2 drives. The first one you don't get, the second one you do. How big was that? Not only because you put points on the board, but you really expressed your trust in the offense with that.
Yeah, you know, we could talk a lot about that. You gotta be aggressive. I think in today's, you know, the game has changed in college, but on the 4th down, the philosophies, and we're right there in it. And when we're executing at a pretty good level, we're confident. You know, I think Andy and again, and the staff have done a great job where it's like, I have one, okay? It's not like all of a sudden, let me try to quickly think of something. It's been planned, we know, but a lot of times, you know, right after the first down call, I give him what probably the parameter's gonna be yardage-wise if we're going for it or not. So he knows, and that, I think that's really helped us with the 3rd down calls as we approach the 4th.
Time for one more?
What's one thing that you've learned or discovered about this team that you didn't know before the season started?
Wow, that's a great question. I don't know if I knew or not, but I would say that the continual belief in what we're doing for when times are tough, how we're overcoming those tough moments, that things that we saw late last year, and you've kind of see, and I've seen it play out with body language and things of that nature on the sideline, probably better than I anticipated at this point.